But why this? Why the new era mindset?
You see, I was just fascinated. I was amazed when I saw the way people think today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm again accompanied by my beautiful wife, Mariana. And we are going to be talking about a few different things here. First of all, the one thing that I do want to talk about right now, because I just find it silly in a way, this whole situation with Area 51.
Yeah.
So I was reading an article, and apparently, I guess it said like two days ago or something like that. Apparently, about 500,000, so 500,000 people have subscribed to, like, have actually signed up to go, right? So 2 days ago, article says 500,000 people subscribed. Then there was another article that was actually posted 9 minutes prior to me reading it that said 1.5 million people have signed up to join everybody and go to Area 51. Now, we do know that this is supposed to be like a joke and whatever, but we don't know what kind of freaking crazy lunatics are out there that are actually gonna show up, or if you know, people are gonna show up. But like, what do you think about that?
I think it's funny. And I joked around with you telling you that I was gonna go. I feel like you believe me, but I think it's funny.
I don't think you would go.
I think it's funny. It's just like people are curious. I don't know what started it. Do you know what started it?
A joke.
A joke?
It was legitimately a joke, and the person that the person that joked that put that post up actually came out saying that, you know, this is all a joke. I just wanted to, like, you know, I don't plan to follow this through. He said he just wanted some thumbs ups and, you know, stuff like that. I don't know what he thinks about this at this point. I mean, it's ridiculous that you have caused something like that, because you don't know. You don't. I mean, I think at this point you don't. It's kind of hard to know whether you would be held accountable for.
Well, no,
people.
He went out and made a videos, or did he? Or
I don't know what. I don't know.
It?
I was reading the article and it says that he said that it was all joke and all that. Well, if he said it,
then like. And. People are responsible for themselves too. Like, you can't blame it on someone else.
Right. It's just hard now to. I feel like it's hard because for any little thing they try to come after you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like they're gonna pick out of all the, like, let's say hundreds of thousands of people actually do go, which I don't think so personally. You never know. Honestly, in this time, it's hard. It's hard to take a guess, but if let's say something happens and the government now has to, okay, we need to figure out what we're gonna do to these people and whatever, like, you know, as a punishment, or are they gonna put them in jail or whatever it is. I mean, they are trespassing somewhere where it's
clearly says
to do not, like, you will get shot and stuff like that. And it's like, I mean, you could get arrested for trespassing a house that says no trespassing or whatever. You know, you could get arrested. So now you're going into a place like Area 51, but they're not gonna. To arrest that many people going.
That's why they said they can't kill all of us. Let's go.
Well, I think they could kill all of them.
You think they can?
Oh yeah, with the kind of
shuttle.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You know, like, if these people, it's kind of ironic now that you put it that way, because these people are saying they can't kill all of us and that kind of stuff. Well, if they do have spaceships like that, or
like, little do you know.
Yeah, I mean, they could probably wipe you guys off with, you know, a blink of an eye, and then everybody's gone. You know, so if you are saying that they can't kill all of us, and the reason that you're going to is because you want to see the space shuttles that they like the UFOs that they may have, or the little green dudes or whatever, you know.
Even so, like, what makes you think, like, maybe you can get past the fence or whatever they have, the security, right? What makes you think you're gonna be able to make it to the building, though?
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I think it's insane, and I think it's funny that things like this get traction.
Yeah, and it's funny.
You know, it's just. I don't understand, especially like after it's said to be a joke and stuff, and then the group the page where this was posted, and it still keeps growing with people joining and all this stuff. It's like after it was said that it's a joke, because the problem is that sometimes people start off with the joke, and then that's actually what it's I believe that's actually what it's said about like this Antifa organization that I'll talk to you a little bit after. But sometimes things start off as a joke, and I'm not trying to say that Antifa is a joke, okay? So before people start, you know, thinking shit, I'm not saying that, but sometimes people start things without that intention, you know. But then throughout all the commotion around it and everything, the person that actually started this thing kind of gets left behind, and then the people that are joining now are the ones taking over. And so like he started it as a joke, but now the people that are joining it are like, no, let's freaking do this, let's really go and do this, you know. And I bet you I mean, I don't know, I don't know what kind of comments or what kind of things are being said on this page where they started that whole, you know, raid in Area 51 situation. But like, what if the guy is now like, I'm completely out of this, I have no clue anymore, and then the people that join are like, we're about to do this, you know, and stuff. Like, why join something like that, you know? I think
it's just silly. It's for fun.
Yeah, it's funny, and I think now at this point, you know how they're building the wall and stuff. I think they're building it at the wrong area. You know, it would make sense if they barricaded Area 51 rather than, right? I mean, honestly, and we're the crazy ones, you know. But yeah. And it's just silly. I don't know how people can join parties to do things like that. Like, it's ridiculous, you know. I was I've been trying to follow a little bit of the Antifa situation, and the like right now, how I was talking about how sometimes things start off as a joke and then the shit like actually gets serious. Well, like the Antifa organization sometimes, well, you don't know too much about it, but like it's this group of people that are actually, it's not just the majority and the most that, how do you say it, like the place, the area in the United States that has more of this going on is in Portland, Oregon right now. And like they get super violent, you know. They get, I mean, I showed you a clip the other day. They get really violent and they don't care. I mean, they are clearly doing things that are against the law, and nobody's stopping these people. Nobody is, you know, the police is not getting too involved in Oregon, and like it's ridiculous. But there are some that are just, you know, they just stand and watch, right? Like they might have pulled them into this group and they told them this and that and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And actually, maybe like when they might have started this group with the right intentions of, you know, ending certain things that they don't agree with and whatever not. I mean, you know, but like when you try to start to use violence to do this, that's when it gets crazy. And I mean, apparently this organization has actually been going on for quite a bit, but it wasn't this violent before. It wasn't as violent as it is now, you know. And the idea, the thought behind that is that maybe the like new people might have came in, which took over, and now they're saying this is the way we do it. This is what we're gonna do.
They're not listening to us.
Yeah, like let's make them listen to us. And so the people behind it stay. The people that actually started it, or the people with the right intentions, might have stayed behind, and now these crazy lunatics are out there. I mean, you know, doing some really insane things. I mean, some of the stuff I've seen it's really, it's sad. Honestly, it's sad because like I understand what you stand for. Like I and everybody has the right to, you know, speech and expression and whatever way you want it to be, but there are certain things that you are not to do. And when you are starting to do things like you're fighting, like let's say somebody's fighting against people killing somebody, and his way of doing it is killing the killers. Right? Well, you're still killing, you know, you're still a killer, right? Or like you're fighting crime with crime. You're committing crime. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know how people actually, how stuff like this gets traction.
I feel like they're just using, because like, how can you be, I get people are passionate about whatever it may be, right? Whatever movements are going on or whatever. Like there's people who are really passionate about it. But to go that far to hurt innocent people, like, yeah, you must have a lot of anger bottled up inside of you or something. It's not that movement. You're not that passionate, like, to hurt other people. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, if you think that that's the right way to do it, I mean, there's gotta be something really screwed up in your head. Because I'm sure, I mean, when you think of a loved one, is that what you would want somebody to treat a loved one because of what they believe in? Because, I mean, okay, fascism, no fascism, whatever it is, it's people's beliefs. And I think no matter what, we're supposed to respect what people believe in, whether it goes against us or not, and whether...
How does it go against you, though? It doesn't.
I mean, like, whether people don't believe in what we believe in. You know, because they'll hurt anybody who doesn't believe in what they believe in. They'll hurt anybody who speaks against what they're saying. You know, that they'll try to hurt those people or whatever. At least the violent ones. Again, not all of them are like that, but the ones that are, they're really violent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have something else going on. Like you're unconsciously just like letting shit out, cause
like they have other problems. And I mean, it sucks. It sucks to see things like that when, I mean, it's hard to function as a society like that, you know, all together, because, like, you're afraid of speaking of what you believe in and that kind of stuff.
We just need more love and more meditation in this world, that's it.
And more weed.
More weed, less alcohol, guys. Come on.
And yet we're drinking wine right now.
Hey. It stimulates our creative mind. I'm kidding.
I feel like it does, though. Sometimes when we're talking, whether we smoke weed or whether we are drinking alcohol or whatever, it seems like sometimes it feels like your mind starts to flow a little more smooth and just words start to pop out.
Sometimes, yeah, it loosens you up.
Sometimes. But... like, yeah, I said words start to flow more. And if you go a little bit above,
like,
yeah, then the words don't flow as much anymore. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah.
No, I feel like alcohol gives me more like a sad, like, yeah, you're partying and you're loose, but you're still like, I'm more aware of my sadness.
You think so?
Well, me personally, I am.
Well,
and then but when I smoke weed, I'm just like I forget about the sadness, and it's like all happy.
Yeah. I think I know.
can tell the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I
don't
know
know how to explain it.
No, I think I know what you mean, and it's kind of like, I mean, drinking alcohol, whether it's wine, whether it's taking shots, or whether it's drinking a beer or whatever, it does give you a different kind of, I wouldn't say different kind of high, a different, it's just a different feeling.
Yeah, it's just a different effect it gives.
And I see what you mean. When I am drinking, I'm pretty chill. It's kind of a chill vibe. It's not, it's usually not that. I mean, and for some it might be different, But I see what you mean. And when we smoke, or when I smoke or whatever, it's more like I'm more aware of my surroundings, and like any little thing, any little thing, you kind of capture that, and it does, especially even if I'm the only one smoking. Like, I see everybody as, okay, you're probably high too, because I'm high and I'm really happy and I'm feeling really good. I just feel like you're super happy, you're high right now, you're feeling really good. Like, it's kind of where my mind goes. So I'm gonna just talk to you like you're high too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's cute, but people don't keep up though.
No, sometimes some people don't, but I think also it helps that how sometimes, like, I'm silly no matter what, even whether I'm high or not. So hopefully that kind of blends in when I'm high, when I don't want certain people to know that I'm high. But I see what you mean. Drinking does kind of give me a little bit more of a chill feeling. Yeah, I see what you mean. I've missed this wine.
Me too.
We stopped drinking Sweet Red for quite a bit.
I know. It tastes so good. I'm like, where have you been?
Where have you been? No, isn't that a song?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When
By Rihanna? I don't know what it is, but...
Is it? It's a girl that sings...
Or are we thinking about a different song? I think we're thinking about a different song.
It might be a girl. I have no clue. Anyways, back to the Area 51 thing. You know what? Sorry. It's just that thought just came in my head.
We drifted so far away. Now we're coming.
I know. We're coming back. No, but it's because this kind of... I had no clue, and this actually kind of blew my mind, because I was like, what the fuck? For reals? So I was reading this article, and it says that apparently, like, Area 51, nobody really knew about it. Like, it was... Like, the public officially knew that there was an Area 51 in 2013. That's only 6 years ago. Yeah. At least that's what that article said. That's 2013.
There's some crazy shit. Imagine how much they're hiding in front of our fucking...
That's
exactly...
there
is a lot, but, like, more than what we, like, don't fucking know.
And that's exactly what was what I was thinking when I read that the first time, like, it was in August 2013, and it's just between the year 2000 and the year 2013. It seems like there was a huge improvement in technology and things like that, right? And up until 2013, the public finally knew that Area 50, like, officially, they knew that there was officially an Area 51, and it was actually called something else not before 2013, but before. But that kind of makes me think, if this kind of technology that started to happen in those years was so amazing and so surprising to the public, to people, but that just makes me wonder, if, because personally I do feel like, I mean, that they are hiding something specifically in Area 51, and like if they have let out certain technology already, right? Like just imagine what they're really holding, and to be able to work without any without anybody questioning, without anybody asking anything, without anybody trying to go into, because even you know, right now there's this, you know, millions of people that are trying to go. There's still people that kind of try to drive by it and kind of see what they can see and that kind of stuff, right? So they try to be a little more aware, I'm sure now, of, you know, bypassers and stuff like that.
I'm sure there's a ton.
Yeah, so they probably try to, you know, make sure, just try to take extra precautions, right? Mm-hmm. But before, when people didn't know, imagine how much work these people are getting done in the technology and the stuff that they're working on in there. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be some super...
That's why we advance so fast.
Yeah, especially, especially throughout, you know, those specific years. Like, there was this burst in technology, iPhones coming in, you know, and freaking Androids, and then now we have phones that fold and stuff like that. It's crazy. But if you, like, the burst in technology happened before, and now it's kind of like slowed down. There's still amazing things happening, but it's not like, it's not a big jump like it was before. You know what I mean? Like the first touchscreen phone, that's the people, I mean, probably lost it back then when they heard about, wait a minute, you can freaking touch the screen on this thing. You know what I mean? But now it's like, oh, you can fold the phone? That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as life-changing as it was when the technology burst came through and stuff. And like, what if the reason that technology is not advancing as much as it was before? I mean, we are, right? And I mean, we have, I mean, some outstanding things that we never even thought it was possible. But what if, because we are bugging so much about this thing, they are, you know, trying to kind of just feed us little by little, so that we don't find out what's really behind everything. You know what I mean? Like some people were saying that that foldable screen is actually alien technology.
I mean, I see it. Like, it's not crazy to me that it would be alien technology.
No. But I also can see how a human would come up with that too.
Yeah. I guess they probably had this shit back in 1950s already, and they barely decided to give it to us.
You never know. You never know. That's the crazy thing, that some of these...
1950.
Maybe not that far.
No, yeah.
Yeah?
Who knows? Yeah.
Well...
I think so.
Fuck. The world will never know.
The world will never know.
Yeah, exactly. But I am fascinated about like all the things that are coming, you know, the breakthroughs and all this stuff, and I'm super thankful also to have like the kind of people that we have for innovation. I know, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't pursue something like going to Mars. You know, I'll get behind you on that. I wouldn't be the person to go, you know, come up with an idea like that and you know, try to do something like that. Because I mean, honestly, how much time does that guy have? Like,
who?
Elon Musk. You know, working on going to Mars, having his, you know, Tesla company, the what is it? The electricity, you know, and the building the tunnels with the boring company. It's funny, right? The boring company.
Very boring.
Right? The boring company comes up with a flamethrower that's not a flamethrower. Mm-hmm. And they actually use that money to build the tunnels. So at least it goes to a good cause, you know? I think it's a cool thing, innovating, trying to figure out ways to make shit better and stuff. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're in this, like, you know, it's funny because like he's solving problems here. Meanwhile, he's working on moving to another planet.
Because he knows we're gonna fuck it up.
We're fucking it up.
Yeah, stop fucking it up.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is a tough one. And like I said, you know, I wouldn't be the one. I wouldn't want to be the one behind all that. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful to have people in this world that are willing to go up to that, you know, to that point where they're saying, I'm gonna take humans to another planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just not your thing. Like, for example, like I told you how I feel like we're all connected.
Yeah.
So don't you ever get like thoughts and you're like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Yeah, that's cool. But you just let the thought go.
Yeah.
And then later on, you hear about it in the news or something like that. Like, hey, I thought of that first, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think like it just goes until somebody has the passion for it, and then they just grasp onto it.
I see what you mean. So the thought could just flow between people's minds. Like, how many people didn't think, what if we went to another planet? And then that thought finally went to Elon Musk and he said, what if we went to another planet? Yeah. What if he said, what if we went to another planet? Let's go to another planet. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, other people were like, what if we went to another planet? That'd probably be cool. And that's it. Right? And then the right person caught that thought and just said, I'm going to make a product out of this. That'd be crazy. If that's what really happens with thoughts, that'd be crazy. I want to know. I want to know more thoughts then. I need ideas. I need ideas. I need to hear more stuff. Yeah.
That would happen to me though a lot when I was little though. But then as I started growing, like it kind of like stopped.
Yeah, I think it's also because like when you're little, there's really no point in there's really no like you're creative as hell. People are, as a kid, you're creative. I mean, our learning and everything is so like we catch things fast, we learn fast. You know, it's probably the reason why like adults have a hard time learning English, learning a different language overall. Most, you know. And but when you're a kid, like you catch on to things quick. Your mind is creative, your mind's always going, you're always thinking of stuff. I mean, like sometimes with Romeo, like he's telling us something and I'm like, I don't know if he had a dream about this. I don't know if he just came up with this on the spot. A lot of the times you could tell that he's just freaking talking and just whatever comes in and said, he's saying.
You gotta listen to your kids. Yeah. Like when they're talking by themselves, like listen to your kids. Like, what are they saying? What the fuck are they saying?
Yeah.
You can learn a lot from them, from kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna start to listen to him, see if I can make money out of any ideas that he has. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. No, but
he's just like, how can I fly like Spider-Man?
How can I fly like Spider-Man?
Like, yeah, like the other day he was like, why don't I stick on the walls?
He was actually.
Yeah, I saw him and I saw him like mumbling. Heard him mumbling, so I got closer. He's like, why don't I stick on the walls?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he really wants to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. He's a cutie.
Yeah, but I mean, but he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that is. I don't want to say that it's not possible, right? Because at this point, I don't freaking know what is not possible. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm not sure. I can't even say, oh, dude, that's impossible to do. Because I don't even freaking know. A lot of shit that people thought was impossible is now being done. You know what I mean? Somebody made an Iron Man suit. And they can actually fly and stuff. It does. I'm not kidding.
They can fly?
It could fly. He could fly. Now he's got jets on the back and on the arms and stuff. So he doesn't quite fly like Iron Man, like out of his hands and feet, and that's it. But he doesn't. You know, it's like they don't talk to the suit either, or none of that. But you know, like it just makes like if the right person has the right thought, they could probably do it. You know what I mean? So I don't even know if it's impossible. Like, at this day and age, what if he came up with something that, like, little grips that actually, you know, stick on the walls? Or, I mean, you know, swinging and stuff like that. But then you'd probably get in trouble because you're leaving trash behind and stuff like that.
What?
The web. You'd have to go back
like,
and you'd have to go back and, you know, pull them off the buildings and stuff. But
something that can retract.
I don't know that would be a good design though. They would have to make I see what you mean. They would have to make a really good, because what if it jams and then you just
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, so but you know, kids' minds are creative, especially when they don't know when something is really not as doable as they think it is. And they just go on about it, and they just keep thinking about it, and they just don't know the limits. Well, maybe there is no limits. You know, maybe there really is no limits as to what humans can really do in this world.
I feel like kids have a sense of what kind of power we have.
You think so?
I feel like they do. You know, like kids have a sense of a bigger, like, how would you say it? A better idea of what we really are, of what how would I say it? Yeah, I think so.
I just don't think they understand.
Like, they have a better idea and they see it, but to them it's just normal. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But then as they grow older, that stuff gets pushed behind in their mind. And as some parents feed their kids negativity, without meaning to, and then that's what stays more, the negative stuff you feed them. So like your children, like, I feel like we gotta leave them, let them be free and explore and not keep them trapped. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can go on and on, but
well, keep going if there's more. I think it's true that we shouldn't stop our kids too much from trying to do certain things that they want to do, which is like sometimes kids get messy, and that's just kids. But it's because like, you know, they don't have the capability of being organized like adults do. You know what I mean?
They're just living.
They just go on.
They're like, oh wow, like, look at that.
Yeah,
let's go do that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like Romeo could be doing something and he sees tape and he's like, I'm gonna put some pieces of tape on this. And he sees something else and he's like, I'm gonna do this. And he's like, maybe if I cut my paper into 4, I can give it to 4 different people. Now you, like, what's left is a big mess, and you've done all this.
But you don't know what was going on through their little heads to get it to you. And then what if you got like one of those angry parents who have been through a lot in the day and they just not consider it?
Instead of saying thank you for what you did for me, they're like, what mess did you just make? Yeah, I see that. And I try not to be like that with Romeo, because I don't want his creativity to stop. I don't want his creativity to stop.
Or his character.
Or his, yeah.
I want him to build his own character.
Yeah, exactly. Because as we grow, I think as we grow, we learn to be more organized. You know, as kids, we're not that organized. We just do whatever comes to our minds, and we just try to, you know, whatever, right?
But
like, I think in school, like as we start to do things, we start to be more organized. And the problem I feel like with school is also the fact that I think they ask every kid this. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure that they ask every kid, what do you want to be when you're older? And if you say something like, oh, I want to be a singer, or oh, I want to be this, and then like they don't see it, and so it just kind of stays behind instead of pushing the kid. Right now, the kid can be organized now with a goal, you know, but they already know what they can do and stuff, instead of somebody limiting them. And I feel like when you stop your kids from being creative, you're limiting them as to what they could really do. And out of all that mess, out of all the messes that they made every day when they were coloring, when they were painting, when they were, doing some kind of work of art or whatever it was, out of all that is going to come the real interest in them when they're older.
Yeah.
And then they can use all that creativity because you didn't stop them to build that thing that they're interested in now.
That's what I told you. I don't know if you remember, but I told you I want to ask my mom what I was into when I was younger. Like, what would I spend most of my time doing? Because if you watch your kids, you can be like for example, your kid grows up, I don't know what to do with my life or something. Like, I'm stuck. And then you can just be like, oh, bring out a photo album. Oh, you used to love pretending to take pictures and stuff like this. And then they start looking into photography. And then they're like, oh, I fucking love this,
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they do build things at an early age. And also, like, with negativity, I feel like it has to do also a lot with the parents. Because your kids are with you 24... Well, for most people, your kids are with you, like, 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
If you're always grumpy, you're going to have a grumpy kid. Because that's sticking to them.
Yeah.
If you don't respond well to confrontations, they're going to be the same.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, money's a curse, they're going to feel the same way as they're older and stuff like that. And it's going to take them... So you got to do things, like, especially when they're watching.
Oh, yeah.
Do good. Always, like, try your best to not feed anything negative into them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do agree. And it's hard sometimes because,
Because sometimes you're just so
we're
into
humans. We're humans. And for example, you might be writing a post that, for the business, or I might be working on something that's really important that I gotta get done. But then Romeo here might be trying to tell me something. My son might be trying to tell me something, and I'm like so into this that I tell him, Romeo, hold on, like, let me finish this. And it sucks because, like, you don't want to stop him, but at the same time you do have to get that done. You know what I mean? And it's like, maybe like more like find the way to respond
better,
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, because your kid, like, they're not gonna understand. They're gonna be like, "Jeez, why are you being so grumpy?" Or like, "I just wanted to show you something." Like, they won't quite understand. But yeah, we gotta find better ways to respond sometimes.
Yeah, because I mean, as little as most of the people think about this, it is a big part of what makes that kid, like, in the future, like, because you can be stopping your kid from doing the best thing in their life and you don't know it, but the mind has a funny way of working, and sometimes the things that stay in your subconscious mind is the thing that fucks you up in the future. I've said this before, and I don't know if I'm correct or not. And but like, my brother didn't graduate high school, right? And I'm sorry, Josue, if you're listening to this, right? I'm not 100% sure about this. He's probably saying, "Fuck you, Brian. Why the fuck you talking about me? Fuck you." Yeah. But you've heard this. You heard it from the man himself. He told us when my dad, when we were young, he knew I can have an A. He knew I could have an A on every test in every class. So he would reward me for getting an A. If I got below an A, I wouldn't get a reward. For my brother, he did different. He would reward him if he got a B, because he knew my brother would rarely get an A. So he would reward him for a B. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand the mind. I have a certain understanding, but I don't know exactly what happens in it, And what if, because my brother was rewarded but limitedly, you know, like he had a limit, like there was a limit as to how much he can do, and that's what he was rewarded for. Well, high school is different than when you're in elementary, you know, especially when you're in a different country. High school wants you to have good grades, and it's tougher. You have to put more work into it. You have to do more. Now, what if the reason that my brother didn't graduate is because in his subconscious mind, he realizes that he can't do it? You know what I mean? Like, well, not that he realizes that he can't do it, but he thinks he can't do it because he was always, he wasn't pushed to what he could really do. You know what I mean? Like,
or because I mean, yeah, that can be one thing, but also like there's certain people that are really, really good at school throughout their lives. They're always getting A's in every class, and they're top of the class and all that kind of stuff. And then there's people who are like, okay, I fucking hate school. This is just not for me. I don't fucking like it. But they're more successful than the people who were always good in school.
oh yeah.
It's just not their thing. Like for me, I also didn't like school at all. I couldn't keep straight A's.
No, yeah. And I get that.
But we're still thriving, like.
And I get it. And I see what you mean. And finishing high school doesn't mean you're smarter than somebody who didn't. That was weird.
What was that?
The second camera. And I see what you mean. And, you know, finishing high school doesn't mean you're smarter than the other person that didn't finish it. Right? But you know, my thing is, and I really believe that, because a lot of the people that don't graduate could be more successful than the people that do. You know, there's really no telling. It just depends on the person. We're always
pushed into education, right. Education though, like
yeah.
My parents pushed me like, oh, you gotta graduate, you gotta go to college, this and that, right? Did I? No. They probably think I'm a failure, but like to me, I'm not.
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing things I never thought I could. Like.
Yeah. Exactly. And I believe in that. 100% believe in that. You don't have to freaking graduate high school. Like, you can be smarter than a person. I'm sure there's people out there that didn't graduate. They're smarter than me. I graduated. Whatever. I'm not smarter than them because of it. But I'm just saying, like, your subconscious mind can hold stuff that you are not sure, or you're not aware, but it could affect you in the future. And if that's what we feed our kids, that could potentially be what keeps our kids from doing or not doing something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we have to be careful. And it's hard. It's hard, I feel like, especially.
It is hard, dude. I fucking cry at night sometimes.
You don't want to fuck up.
Because of the things that I did. I'm like, I can't believe I reacted this way. Right. And then later on you see like, oh, it wasn't that much of a big deal, but you're going through stress and stuff like that, and they don't understand it.
I think it also
fucking sucks.
I think it also
fuck them up.
Yeah, but I think it also matters to when you realize that, you know, I've had those moments before too, and I'll tell Romeo, what did you say you wanted to do? Or, hey, look, I'm sorry, Papash, I was busy, I was trying to do something. What did you want to talk to me about? Or whatever it is. I think it's important to, if you realize your mistake, apologize. It's not that hard. Apologize. Say to whoever. It doesn't have to be your kid. But if you realize your mistake, say, hey, look, I'm sorry. I was really into this. I was trying to get this done. You know, what is it that you wanted? What is it that you needed? And I think it's also important for the other person not to respond as an asshole, because that doesn't help the situation. I think it's more like we need to understand sometimes people are doing stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like that brings more peace. A person who's apologetic and a person who understands brings more peace.
Yep.
No?
Yeah. We all gotta be understanding.
Mm-hmm. I think we can call this video good right now.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Cheers for completing episode number 2 of the Unknown channel. Unknown series or unknown whatever. We'll think of a name. But yes, thank you, baby, again for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. I really love having these conversations with you, and I'm really happy that you're doing this with me.
Yep, of course you are.
Well, that's it, guys. See you guys on the next one. And that'll be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did enjoy it, you should probably subscribe and also hit that bell to make sure you get notified whenever we upload another video. And one more thing before you go, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Links are on the description below. See you guys on the next one.